Hey you guys, I just got done reading Bleach Manga chapter 680, and here's my thoughts on this chapter. One, that Juhabach is pretty much on a power high after basically mind raping Ichigo and taking his powers, and Jugrum has completely chose the wrong side to be on. He's literally screwed at this point, in my personal opinion. Also, I personally believe that Aizen and Juabach are definitely parallels of each other. Both of them consider themselves to be godlike or all-powerful figures. Both of them had their own subordinates follow them for a sense of power. Both of them bestowed their subordinates with powers. And Aizen, since he had the Arankars and the Espada, and Juabacha, since he had the Quincies, the Stern Ritter, his elite guards, which he gave all of them, very unique abilities. And both of them also were willing to discard their subordinates once they felt like they've reached the level of power that they were no longer useful. In Aizen's sense, he discarded the Espada because he felt like he was already more powerful than all the Espada combined. In Juabacha's sense, in this chapter, he's literally absorbed the Soul King. At this point, he feels like there's nothing that can stop him. And he has the Almighty. So why does he even have guards? I don't even know. But as for this whole chapter, I feel like Juhabach is making some serious mistakes. To me, he's not only bringing more enemies to himself because he's taking back his powers, and the very few elite guards that he had remaining are possibly gonna die, but also he's basically let Ichigo live. He let Orihime live, and he let every other sign of opposition live. And I don't think if he knows this, but you don't let the protagonist live. You finish off the protagonists, the heroes, their friends. You end it. You end it and you nip it in the bud. Because if anything we've learned from Aizen, it's you give them a split second of time, a split second. It can be a day, it can be 5 hours. You give them that amount of time, there's going to be a plot device that's going to give the protagonist the power to defeat you. That's just going to happen. That's what happened with Ichigo and Aizen. Ichigo did some training real quick, and boom, massive power, completely crushed Aizen. And I feel like Juabach is making that same mistake. He's thinking because he has the Almighty that he can see every single outcome, that he can change every single outcome. And definitely plot devices. Plot devices are definitely something that you want to watch out for, especially plot armor for protagonists. Also another thing that I'm personally wondering about is his full bring. Like we had saw full bring in I think a last arc or two. And I was wondering, since Juhabacha stole Ichigo's powers, does Ichigo still have full bring? Is that gonna come into play, or is everybody gonna give all their energy to Ichigo and Ichigo gets some new powers that way or something? I don't know how Ichigo's gonna bounce back at this, but plot device is gonna happen. It's gonna happen, and I also feel like Jugrum he definitely picked the wrong side, because if what's happening to Juhabacha's elite guard is going to happen to him, then he's going to possibly die as well. And I also feel like, why is he pretty much fighting Uryu when he said Uryu's ability is basically one of the few things that could pretty much possibly stop Juhabach? And speaking of that, maybe in the next chapter, maybe in the next few chapters, maybe Uryu's gonna transfer that over to Ichigo or something. That's one of the few things I can see, because Jurgum said it's one of the things that can possibly oppose Juhabach. So maybe Uryu is gonna take one for the team and die and give it to Ichigo. I don't know. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Also give me your thoughts and opinions and your predictions for the next few chapters. Bye.